minutes.
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. There's the whistle, and here we go. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne. He's just one of the best strikers of the ball you'll ever see, and that applies just as much to his passing game as it does to his shooting prowess. He generally likes to keep things simple, taking as few touches as possible, but making...
Oh, give it away! And a goal kick. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And it's Azar. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
He's played it long. Xavi Alonso. Alonso. That's a good ball. And he's running. Chance! Big moment! Massive goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
What about the pass, Peter? It was played so intelligently, and he picked out the perfect target.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Beckenbauer deals with that comfortably. Now it's Bale. Wan-Bissaka makes the interception. Dani Olmo. Played out wide. That's where it came from. Real chance! And that's a sharp finish. And the lead lost no time at all.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball, and that probably wouldn't have happened, but...
Oh, Waters takes a shot! Goal! Arsenal! And again they hit the front. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Arsenal leading now. Hazard was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And it's Azar. Ronaldinho. And no, that was never going to make it. Just about midway through the first half, and it has been an engaging watch. And here's Ronaldinho, showing good feet. Ronaldinho proves just a little bit too strong. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
Shot a goal! Sensational from Eto! A finish right from the top draw. A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
The keeper might have been a little unsighted. He seemed awfully late in reacting to that.
It is compelling, this, utterly compelling.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
And this is... And the shot! Goal! Arsenal! And they get themselves in front! Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Pass somewhat off target. Ronaldinho can so cleverly bypass the press. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Now that looks a decent ball. And it's Lamina. Oh, important interception. Gerrard. And it's Azar. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. And he's being shifted off it. De Bruyne. Gerrard. It's a pretty loose pass. Hazard might just make this. Lamina. De Bruyne. Hazard. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. It's a threatening ball. That is lovely. It's Eto'o! And that would have been some goal.
Eto'o really may get an earful from his teammates for not looking up to see what was around him, but I think he was perfectly entitled to try it for himself.
Consadole, Sapporo have themselves a corner, I think. Yes, they do. This possibly the last play of the half. Azar. And this is Eto'o. That's the end of the first 45. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, it's been played at such a frenetic pace. I'm amazed it's only been 45 minutes. I'm wondering whether these players are going to be able to maintain that energy.
So everyone needs a breather here. 5 goals we've seen already. It is good, very good. It's 3-2.
And a quick reminder today to please take all lit-out bins located by the entrance gates. Thank you very much for your cooperation. Substitution on the field, number 4.
And we get things going again.
Coming on to replace him is number 8.
Lamina. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. And it's De Bruyne.
Oh, really well played.
And this is Eto'o. Eto'o! Oh, quite a hit and quite a touch too.
Oh, the technical control was exquisite. The pummeled attempt was exasperating.
Hazard. Looking for the run. A lot of space ahead of him. Andrick. Lamina. And it's Ronaldinho. Out towards the flank. Pinches it off him. Ronaldinho. Mbappe, who does have an assist to his name, threads one in, and he's straight offside. Looking to play him in. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Bale under intense pressure.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Ronaldinho picks it up out wide. It's Asa! It's in! What remarkable powers of recovery!
Well, this is just incredible. I mean, who would have seen this? Neither manager, I think. It's all happening.
The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing. Having the composure to score is another.
Substitution on the field. Number 22.
Time for a change in personnel. Quite a game this, all square again.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
Number 15.
Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Arsenal clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
And this is Eto'o. Foot in. Well, that pass isn't the best. Mbappe. Oh, that's a key interception. Neymar. Knocks it into space. And that has left him in a heap. That's a nicely shaped ball. And he's certainly onside here. He's found a way through. Great chance! Goal! Arsenal! Into the lead once more. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. Arsenal with the lead. And it's Neymar. Neymar unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Muscular approach does pay off here. Tries to play it through, and he was quick to react. And here's Eto'o. Matheus Cunha. Neymar.
Sapporo really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
They're coming again and again.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
That's a foul, no two ways about it. Yellow or red, it is red. Consadole, Sapporo are down to 10 men.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter.
Decent chance! And he hits the net. And this is getting better and better. Simplicity itself.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
Arsenal now in a position far more desirable.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Great vision. And he's worked it through. He's in! Must be... Mbappe! Relentless! Just relentless! And they are disappearing out of sight. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Yeah, great movement and great use of space to get on the end of the pass, and that pretty much did it.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Wow, this truly is impressive. The future Camp Nou, it has been christened. A show of power, prominence, prestige for Barcelona. We're up and running then.
We're talking a genuinely stylish player here in Frank Rijkaard. You're not arguing with that, Jim, are you?
No, I've got to totally agree with every word you just said. As holding midfielders go, he is one of the very best. Nothing phases him.
The defence opting here for strength in numbers. Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe! Xabi Alonso, he is onto this. And he shoots! Rijkaard. Fiore. So what can they make of this? He's having a pop! Nearly, but not quite.
I don't think anyone's really surprised that he's tried that, Peter. He's certainly confident in smacking one from range.
And he cuts out the supply. Passes short and sharp. It's a quick ball upfield. That's been cut out, well played. Fiore. And once more he proves rigid and robust. Now that's well seen too. And it's made its way to him. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. This looks promising. Alonso, and here's Mbappe. Bale! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Bale clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Arsenal with the corner, they're first. Xavi Alonso with the short one. And now a sudden chance to counter. And it's Hazard. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, this is a great position. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Now it's Batistuta. Oh, nicely intercepted. Gerrard. Now it's Bale. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, such a clever touch.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
And he was alert to it. Arsenal have the chance to go the other way. Gerrard.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Now that looks a decent ball. That looks a good ball through. He's had a shot!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Dani Olmo can see things others simply cannot.
Egypt definitely have the look of a team that likes to counter-attack, Peter.
Yeah, that is clear. Just look at how they line up.
Well, in other words, they don't mind being patient.
And reclaimed it in a trice. Shifted upfield. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
15 minutes till half-time. Alonso. Oh, played right into his path. And he's running through. Oh, brilliant save under real pressure. De Gea did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. The pass has gone astray. It's a really well-measured ball. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Park Ji-sung. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And here's Mbappe. Now it's Hazard. Mbappe! Well, I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. Rijkaard. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Hazard too strong for his opponent there. And it's Robertson. That's tidy. Robertson proves just a little bit too strong. Park Ji-sung.
Arsenal have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
Park Ji-sung. Dani Olmo. That's been slipped through. Oh, well played. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Egypt clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Shot, surely! Oh, brilliant from Park Ji-sung!
Well, who saw that coming? I honestly thought, Pete...
And that is indeed the final act. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. Arsenal trailing by the tightest of margins at half-time.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
Oh, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Arsenal can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
That pass has been well intercepted. Rijkaard gets over and intercepts. Dani Olmo. Good running, strong and purposeful. Xavi Alonso. Hazard. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Fiore. And no, he's seen through all of that. No, no way through. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Bale. Bale. Great ball and a decent chance! And that was very necessary.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
I have to say, that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Xabi Alonso picks it up from the goal kick. Arsenal still chasing a one-goal deficit here. And this is Batistuta. He's found a way through. He is just caressing the ball. Xabi Alonso. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, there'll be no accusations of a lack of effort. They're giving as good as they get when it comes to chances.
Benatia defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. It's a promising position. And this is Bale. And it's Zanetti. He has a look up.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Well timed, excellent interception. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
And he's being shifted off it. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And here's Bale.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Just eases him off the ball. Fiore. And here's Batistuta. And Batistuta! Danny Olmo! Could have won it there and then. He knows that. Oh, he knows it.
Well, the keeper spared a few blushes here. Going 2 down at this stage would have made it an awful long way back.
No, he's not going to get any further than that. Looking for options for movement. Batistuta gets flagged offside.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
Cambio de jugadores en Egipto. El dorsal
So
19,
changes afoot here and from both sides.
el dorsal 17, Park Ji-sung. El dorsal
And this is
22,
Inzaghi
serán
looking to
sustituidos.
play him in.
El dorsal 9, el dorsal 6.
Gets his head on it! And a neat finish. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
El dorsal 5, Filippo Inzaghi. Filippo Inzaghi. Filippo Inzaghi.
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Against Portugal.
Well, there is here a great sense of expectation. As to universal contentment, the Emirates embraces Arsenal once more. So we're very much on the way now. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Yeah, Marquinhos, he's one of the toughest and most competitive centre-backs in the business. He's the kind of player you can rely on to always be just where you need him, making a vital interception or just making life difficult for the...
Chance for a shot! Goal! Arsenal!
Look, that was a technical interaction of great football. That has gone down a treat.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. That is good strength.
Girassi clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
And a chance! Oh, it's gone in!
Oh, I've been there myself, and that's the last thing he wanted to happen. I really sympathise.
So 1 moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Look, often chances are hard to come by in these games, so just one mistake could be all it takes to make the difference.
Now it's Girassi. Cafu. Oh, that's fabulous. Girassi. Shot a goal! And we have our very first corner. Ah, he's given it away. Now it's Bale. Well, that is one way to stop him. It's come to nothing. Azar. Now it's Bale. And it's been played through. And Dijk gets over and intercepts. Cafu. He's going to be disappointed with that. Just about midway through the first half, and it has been an engaging watch. Benatia calmly anticipates. Turns back here, probably the best option. Zanetti with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. And it's Thiago. Cafu, nicely shaped ball. Portugal have themselves a corner, I think. Yes, they do. Corner number 2 then. Arsenal have the chance to go the other way. Bale tries to pass it through. Portugal are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, balls over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. Vermi, lovely pass, but can he get there? He's shifting through the gears here. Lovely feet. No, he's not getting his way this time. The referee's awarded a free kick. Probably be looking to play it square from here. Now this could be a chance. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And here's Mbappe. And that's a good ball. Brilliantly cut out. Dani Olmo. Guirassy. And he was quick to react. Guirassy is offering some sort of an apology there.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
That's a sharp pass. Is that a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. Mbappe has found the net here, of course. Can he get it through? This is good pressing. They're not short on bodies. Azar. Vermi. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Matheus Cunha. And Shevchenko! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Shevchenko clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Searching pass he's played there. No, he's just misjudged that one. Now, can they get him away? Azar, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Great vision, and that could set him on his way. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't take out that killer ball.
Takes a shot! Andrei Shevchenko! Formidable! Truly formidable! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Portugal with the lead.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or even better, can they get another?
Hazard showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And here's Mbappe. Nice sequence of passes, this. Shevchenko. Guirassy receives it in a good position here. So, a temporary halt to the action. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half. Neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much in it.
Please take this opportunity.
The midway point of the game.
Well, I can tell you it's been an absolutely fantastic watch, Peter. I wish I could come here every week. It's been wonderfully open, wonderfully tense, and beautifully unpredictable now.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon.
Substitution.
So let's get the ball rolling.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
And it's safely in the keeper's hands.
Portugal clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
And he's there to belt it away. And that's a foul. Simple decision for the referee. Hazard. Mbappe. Now it's Hazard. Shapes to shoot! And no mistake. Again, we are level. What a contest!
Oh, what a fabulous game this is. It just keeps getting better and better.
The angle was unkind, but he has hit the spot.
Of course, there's a question mark over the keeper on his near post there, but it was such a clever finish to spot the gap and find it.
Quite a game, this. All square again.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
And it's Messi. Messi was alert to the possibilities, but in the end, it's fruitless. Mbappe. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Xavi Alonso does really well to win the ball there. Oh, what a ball! Thiago.
Arsenal have clearly reached a level of comfort in this half. Why not use the impetus to plough on?
Messi.
The attendance for
Well,
this
that was a
match
period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Dani Olmo. He won't be happy with that one. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Can he get on the end of this? He is through here. Nicely shaped cross. And the finish! That had everyone off their seats.
Oh, did the keeper have that covered? I'm not sure he did. I think I need a replay on that one.
Portugal are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Now it's Mbappe, and here's the chance to counter. And no, that was never going to make it. Nicely aimed pass. That has not gone well. Looking to play him in. Couldn't squeeze it through. Xavi Alonso. Marquinhos spots it and intercepts. Now it's Dani Olmo. Now it's Girassi. Shevchenko. Shevchenko! Goal! Portugal! And they've got their lead back. Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
They're coming again and again.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Now it's Bale. Van Dijk gets a foot in here. Van Dijk clears.
Arsenal really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
And here's Mbappe. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's Rijkaard.
This is the time you need that pace.
Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Looking for options for movement. Arsenal very much running into the last chance saloon.
Yeah, they're really playing in hope at this point, but hope is something you can always cling to.
And this is Hazard. And he's heaved it away. Girassi is there to clear.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster. I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
And it's gone back to the keeper.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Deftly away. Gets a good foot in there. Lovely pass. Tries a shot! And that's a sharp finish. We thought they were done, but never say. And that is that. What a game. A contest of ferocity and marvellous talent from... Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, you've got to say the Nerazzurri certainly know how to create an atmosphere. 80,000 here in black and blue. The dress code is a strict one. Things already rolling.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively, but it used to be the gold standard of formations a generation or so ago, Peter, and it does allow...
It's Adriano! It's a good run, that. Great timing.
That was a great ball that looked right on the money. Trying to get behind the defence is something that can work well here.
Looking for options for movement. Oh, that's a fine interception. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Xabi Alonso. And this is Hazard. Hazard! And he's done it!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Arsenal are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert.
He's rising! Goal! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
A really thumping header, absolutely crashes it in.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight.
Shapes to shoot! Gerrard. Now it's Hazard. The ball's gone astray. He's in one. Oh, shooting chance! Goal! Arsenal! And they've got their lead back. Gorgeous, just to have the audacity to do it.
Yeah, but how about that coolness and confidence, Peter? To see where the keeper was and then produce a beautiful response.
Arsenal have their lead.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Conte. What's going wide left? Not the most accurate pass. That's really well manoeuvred. Gerrard. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. It's played through for him. Akanji. He won't be happy with that one. Aims beyond the defence. Pele. Driving on and making good progress. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Oh, such a clever touch. He's in a great position here. Well, there weren't too many attacking options there. McAllister was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Akanji is pretty much the definition of the word uncompromising. Cafu. Great vision. Well, that pass isn't the best. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
He's a sharp little ball here. Conte. And it's McAllister. It's a great gallop down the right-hand side. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Can he get on the end of this? There's the shot! Rijkaard. Oh, there's a probing ball. Now it's Hazard. Now it's Xabi Alonso. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Arsenal clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
He's had a shot! And a neat finish! It's level again! What a match we have!
Yeah, and it's very much deserved in the circumstances. In these games, it's so tempting to maybe get a little sorry for yourselves, but there's none of that.
Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
I was impressed with both the movement and the pass, both causing lots of problems for that defence.
Inter Milan dragged themselves back again.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Mbappe. That has been cut short. Dani Olmo plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone.
Il quarto uomo indica 2 minuti di recupero.
Conte. Totti. Oh, important interception. Tries to play it through, and they can counter here. Now it's Hazard. Oh, good ball. And the referee says that is that for the first half. High octane, high tempo, high scoring. That was quite a half of football. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, I can tell you it's been a wonderful watch, Peter. I'm not complaining. The goals just seem to keep on coming. It clearly means that defending hasn't been at its best, but you know what I'm like when it comes to defending.
So a really enthralling 45 minutes, beautifully poised for the 45 to follow. The score at half-time, 2-2. And we're already back up and running after half-time. He steps in, and that's the end of that. And this is Adriano. Gerrard. Now it's Mbappe.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Rijkaard pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. Marquinhos. Akanji. Conte. Cafu. Conte. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. That's destined for the flank. And it's Totti. And he's had it nicked away.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
That's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them. Benatia.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Dani Olmo. Marquinhos does well not to be outdone there.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 10, Totti. Numero 7, Numero 15.
Chooses to go cross-field.
That's a great ball cross-field.
Cafu carries the ball down the right.
Il numero 20. Il numero 7.
Showing great feet there. Now, what about this cross? Keeper's dealt with that. Mbappe. Now it's Xabi Alonso.
This is the time you need that pace.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. Mbappe showing good feet. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Now it's Mbappe. It's a pretty loose pass. Good ball, good take. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Xabi Alonso having a look. And it's Gerrard. Can he finish? Rijkaard. Shot could be on. And a chance! Goal! Arsenal! Into the lead once more. There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Arsenal leading now.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
That's gone all the way through to the keeper.
Inter really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Hernandez promptly onto that, and that is that. Baggio makes a dash for it. Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, that's a key interception. Beckenbauer, well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now, who's going to be first to this? Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. That's a little off target. This looks promising. And he is dashing away. Mbappe. And the finish! Oh, he's been caught napping. And here comes the corner. Arsenal with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. Beckenbauer plays it short. Nicely weighted ball, and he's picked it up out wide. Looking tidy in possession here.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
He's being urged to shoot. Now this could be a chance. 2 minutes to be added on. Rijkaard is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Roberto Baggio. That's been slipped through. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. And the referee brings it to a close. Arsenal have emerged victorious in this match of thrills.